Aren't you tired of hearing the same old advice? Face your fears! Fake it till you make it! Do affirmations! And does it really work? Hey, my name is Seb, and in the last 22 years I've been perfecting an approach that creates lasting social confidence. There are 3 keys to it, and let's break down the first one right now. Key number 1, terminate your social anxiety triggers. Are you ever in a social situation and you hold back what you want to say because you're afraid of saying the wrong thing? Or are you ever afraid to upset someone? Or do you worry about embarrassing yourself and then being judged by people for it? Maybe there's a person around whom you feel really awkward or self-conscious. And when you feel nervous around that person, you're scared that they're gonna see that. This is called social anxiety, and it is something that hundreds of millions of people worldwide suffer from. It's very common, and it really sucks. Now, what's happening psychologically in a moment that you feel this way? Well, your brain is actually seeing this situation as threatening, and it's firing off its biological survival mechanism, the fight, flight, freeze response. Imagine you're walking down a quiet alley at night, and suddenly you hear footsteps behind you. Well, your heart starts racing, and you're instantly ready to run off or confront the danger. Well, that's your body's instant reaction to protect you. Now, in social situations, sometimes your brain reacts like this too, even when there's no real danger. It's an automatic response based on past experiences and practiced worries. But even though it's a false alarm, your mind starts thinking of these worst case scenarios. Like, what if I embarrass myself and they laugh at me? Or what if they see my nervousness and think that I'm a loser? Can you relate to this? Let me know what kind of doom thoughts you're having when you're in a social situation in the comment section below. Now, why does your brain see this situation as threatening? Well, that's because of your belief system. And your belief system consists of, you guessed it, beliefs, which are nothing but thoughts that feel true. Here are some examples. I'm not good enough. People can't be trusted. I have to impress and look good, or else I'll be judged. Think of beliefs like filters through which you see the world. Now, these filters are not always accurate, and sometimes you end up seeing the world different from what it really is. Now, these beliefs are often formed as a result of past experiences and conditioning, and they usually directly relate to our social fears. For example, you may have been bullied at some point and you felt ashamed and hurt, and your brain at that moment may have concluded people cannot be trusted. And now you're an adult at work and you're around the water cooler and you see a bunch of colleagues socializing. Now you worry about saying something stupid or acting weird, and you feel insecure, and you're scared that you're going to make a fool out of yourself and make a bad impression. Now, to your brain, this situation looks threatening because it seems like this is very similar to when you got bullied. And so your brain gives you a little jolt of sadness and shame that you felt way back when. And it does this because it's warning you. It's kind of going like, careful, this situation is dangerous. It's just like when you got bullied. Watch out. Now you're actually reliving your painful past here. And you're seeing the world through the eyes of that 13-year-old you who got bullied. As a result, the fight, flight, freeze gets activated and voila, you feel anxious. Now these feelings are very hard to deal with, especially when you become afraid of feeling anxious and you're scared that other people are going to see you nervous. Now, I suffered from a severe social anxiety disorder, and none of the typically recommended confidence solutions worked for me. For years, I did affirmations and I faced my fears, and they only led to like temporary boosts in confidence and was incredibly difficult to do. So it was super depressing because I feared I would have to live with my shame, my blushing, my insecurity, and social anxiety for the rest of my life. Until I discovered EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques. Think of it like psychological acupressure, because what you're doing is you're tapping on certain acupressure points in the body while you're focusing in on difficult feelings and limiting beliefs. It's a simple yet super powerful technique to release the emotions that are contributing to your social anxiety. Now, when I first saw it, I was super skeptical. Yeah, right. You're gonna tap in your face and body, and then you're gonna, get all that relief, as if. But it actually really works. And if you doubt that, I suggest that you go to my YouTube channel and you check out all of the video testimonials that you see there of former social anxiety sufferers that I helped to overcome their social anxiety using EFT. Or listen to my podcast where I interview doctors, PhD researchers, and lots of psychologists who have incorporated EFT into their practices. It looks unusual, but it is very, very powerful.
I think the biggest benefit is the tool of EFT that I use a lot. I've also learned, I've really learned in depth everything. This whole program that you made is so detailed and you're taken through step by step, and it's something that I can use my whole life. So just various ways how to use tapping and lots of tools. It goes way beyond just dealing with social anxiety, because it's a tool that you can use for various things. It's become something, well, very quickly I became very passionate about it, and I talk about it all the time to everyone, and I also practice it with friends and with people I meet who are interested, and so I use it a lot. It has become a huge part of my life.
Looking back, every minute that I invested in, talking about my problems and doing EFT was more than worth it. And for myself, it's changed tremendously. Like, my life changed completely. Each evening I was sitting in the hotel room and I was practicing EFT. You just really feel that energy is moving in your body, and that while doing it, while saying all these things, that you feel really relieved after that. And that was the starting point where you start to believe in it and start to see differences in your life. But of course, our sessions were probably the biggest impact that I had on my social anxiety, because this technique really works. So,
Yeah.
So thank you again for that. And it was every minute was worth it that I invested.
There are over 100 studies done of the highest scientific standards published in prestigious medical journals. And EFT is in the top 10% of most researched psychotherapy practices. Studies have shown that EFT tapping reduces the production of cortisol and increases the production of serotonin. And these biochemical responses create a sense of calm. Now, what you do is you imagine particular social situations that make you feel awkward or uncomfortable. And then you start stimulating these acupressure points while you say certain affirmations. And all of this you do from the comfort of your own home. So how about we give this a little go? Monkey see, monkey do. Tap where I tap and repeat what I say out loud. Okay, you don't have to do this perfect. If you don't know exactly where I'm tapping because you've never done it, just guess. And if you're just watching this, nothing is going to happen. It's the actual tapping that creates changes. So follow along. Now, to get started, first I want you to think about a past event that was very awkward or difficult or painful for you. I'm talking about a social event. So if you need to pause the video, go do that right now. All right, welcome back. So I'm going to assume that you have a past negative event now that was awkward, that was difficult. I want you to think about that event, and you can tune into it by seeing what you saw, maybe closing your eyes, seeing what you saw, hearing what you heard, feeling what you felt. And you can pause the video again and do that to tune into it a little bit. And now rate on a scale of 0 to 10, how much does that bother you? 10 is like, yeah, it bothers me a lot. 0 is like, doesn't bother me at all. Of course, you're looking for something that bothers you at least a little bit. All right, good. Now simply follow along with me. All right, just start tapping here and repeat after me out loud. Even though that difficult experience happened, and I'm upset about it, and I'm upset with myself because of it, and I judge myself for it, perhaps, I want to try to accept myself anyway. Tapping on the top of the head. That's where I go bald. Right there. Right. And just say, I release all my resistances and aversions to letting go of this experience. Behind the eyebrows. It was difficult. It was painful. I felt so uncomfortable. And I worry it will happen again. Chin. I'm really upset about what happened. And I'm really upset with myself. And then tapping under the arms. Just say, I release all my emotional attachments to this experience. Top of the head. I shouldn't have said what I said. I should have said what I didn't say. All the things I did wrong there. I'm really upset with myself. On the nose. I'm embarrassed with myself. I'm ashamed of myself. And I release all my resistances and aversions to forgiving myself. On the arms. It's true that that happened. Wrist point. It's also true that it's over. Top of that. And I no longer need to resonate, identify, or connect with it anymore. Behave the eyebrows. I now put this experience back in the past where it actually happened. So yes, I felt so uncomfortable. On the eyes. But I didn't do it on purpose. On the nose. I did the best I could. Chin. And beating myself up only lowers my self-esteem. Rejecting myself is not going to boost my confidence. On the arms. I'm worried it's going to happen again. And I release all my emotional attachments to all that worry. Deep breath. And relax. Good. Now, think back to that experience again and tell me, what is your emotional intensity now? Is it higher? Is it the same? Is it lower? What happened? Do you feel different? Let us know in the comment section below. Now, of course, this is just generalized. I don't know exactly what your experience was, but, for more than 50% of the people, this will give you some relief. Now, if this gave you some relief, great. And it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's just a minuscule of what is actually possible. When you learn how to apply the tapping in the right way, on the right targets, you actually can overcome your social anxiety completely. Now, using tapping to overcome social anxiety is key number 1 to create lasting social confidence, where you feel free to be yourself, you're effortlessly connecting with people, and you feel safe being your true authentic self around others. Now there are 2 more keys, and I teach these along with other essential tapping skills in my free mini course called The 7 Secrets to Social Confidence. You can get it by going to bit.ly/social confidence now. That is bit.ly/social confidence now. Now, if you want to learn about the incredible science backing up EFT's effectiveness, explained in a simple and easy way, go check out this video. And if you want to see a very inspiring testimonial of a person who overcame their social anxiety thanks to tapping, check out that video.